we're asked to list all of the factors of 252. And to do that, we'll use a method called the factor pairs method. Essentially, we're going to be listing pairs of numbers that multiply out to 252, and we're going to do that in a systematic way. So the way you start off is by making a table, put 252 up top, and start off with 1 and 252. That's the first pair of numbers that multiplies out to 252. Then ask yourself, does 2 go into 252? Well, we'll check with long division. 2 goes into 25 12 times. This is 24, 12, 126. So this is 126. So 2 and 126 is the next pair of numbers that multiplies out to 252. Does 3 go into 252? Again, we'll have to do long division. So 3 into 252. 3 goes into 25 8 times. This is 24, 12, 84. So 3 times 84 gives us 252. So notice I'm just going 1, 2, 3. I'm just checking the integers and going up as I go along. What about 4? Well, here we can actually use a shortcut that allows us to do this method a bit more quickly. Basically, if 2 times 126 gives us 252, and I double the 2 to get 4, I have to divide the 126 by 2 to keep things balanced out. And so 126 divided by 2 is 63. And now 4 times 63 gives us 252. So we're going to do this every time we get to a pair of numbers where maybe we see we can double or triple or something like that. So what about 5? Does 5 go into 252? Well, it doesn't if you know your divisibility rules. 252 does not end in 5 or 0, so it's not divisible by 5. What about 6? Let's use this balancing shortcut, as I like to call it. Again, so because 3 times 84 gives us 252, and I doubled the 3 to get 6, I'm going to cut the 84 in half. 84 divided by 2 gives us 42. What about 7? Here we have to do the long division again. So 7 into 252. This is 3. This is 21. 42. That's actually 6. So 36. What about 8? Well, we can use the doubling method. So 4 times 63 gives us 252. So if I double the 4 to get 8, I have to cut the 63 in half. But if I do that, 63 is not divisible by 2. Therefore, 8 doesn't go into 2 because it would be 8 times something that's not an integer. What about 9? So this is a good number to show that you don't actually always have to double. You can also triple. So 3 times 84 gives us 252. If I triple the 3 to get 9, I have to divide the 84 by 3. And 84 divided by 3 is 28. What about 10? Well, 10 doesn't go into 252 because it doesn't end in 0. What about 11? Here we have to do the long division. So 11 into 252. 11 into 25 goes twice. That's 22. This is going to give us 32. So it turns out that 11 doesn't go into 32. It doesn't go into 252. Well, 11 into 32 is actually 2. This is 22, so that gives us 22 remainder 10. So we can get rid of 11. What about 12? Same thing. We can use the shortcut. We can see that we're doubling the 6, so we have to have the 42, and we get 21. What about 13? 13, we have to do the long division. 13 into 52, this is going to be actually once. This is 13. This is now 12. Bring down the 2. 13 into 122 goes 9 times, so that's 9 times 13 is 90 plus that's 117. That's 5. So it's remainder 5. So that doesn't work out either. What about 14? 14 into 252, we can use the same shortcut as before. I double the 7 to get a 14, so I have to cut the 36 in 2 to get 18. What about 15? Well, if 5 doesn't go into 252, then 15 is not going to go. Same thing with 16. So I'm going to put that up here. So 15 doesn't go into it, and 16 doesn't go into it. Why? Because 15 is a multiple of 5, equals 5 times 3. And if 5 doesn't go into 252, 15 won't. Same thing with 16. 16 is 8 times 2. And so if 8 doesn't go into 252, 16 is not going to go either. We have to check 17 and do the long division. 17 into 252, this is going to be 1. I'll put that over here, actually 1. This is a 17, remainder of 82, 1782. goes 4 times, that's 68. I'm running out of space here, but that's 14, remainder 14. So 17 doesn't go into 252 either. We have to check 18. We already have 18. And as soon as you hit a number that you've already checked or that's already on your table, you're done. So these are all the factors of 252. A couple of things to note. One, notice that we did long division for prime numbers. Anytime we had a number that was not prime, we used this balancing method. And anytime we encountered a number that was a multiple of a number that doesn't go into 252, the multiple didn't go into it either. So these are shortcuts that can help you list factors quickly.